If you're in need of a quick and easy dessert recipe, our peach dumpling recipe we're making today is an old Southern family favorite. Welcome to Cooking and Storing with Ann and Wayne. We're glad that you joined us today and hope you'll enjoy this recipe. We're going to also talk about some variations you can do to make it with different fruit and a different crust. So let's get started. This quick and easy peach dumpling recipe only uses a few ingredients. You're going to need 2 peaches that have been peeled and quartered. You're going to need 1 roll of crescent dough. This has 8 rolls in it. You're going to need a stick of butter. You're going to need 1/3 of a cup of sugar, just plain white sugar, and 1/3 of a cup of brown sugar. You're going to need a teaspoon of vanilla extract, and then just some ground cinnamon for sprinkling on the top when it's done. And this bowl is the secret ingredient. It is just a lemon lime soda. Some people use Fresca, some people prefer Sprite. This is Mountain Dew because that's what we had on hand. You're going to start by greasing an 8x8 glass dish or metal pan. And you're going to want a medium-sized mixing bowl to melt your butter. I'm going to melt the butter in the microwave and then just add our sugars to that. First thing we're going to do is preheat our oven to 350 degrees. Okay, now we've got our butter melted, and we're going to add our sugars. And give this a quick stir. You don't have to dissolve the sugar in the butter. In fact, you don't want it to dissolve, so you just stir it a little bit. The sugar helps make a nice crust on your dumplings. And now we're just going to add a teaspoon of vanilla. And give that a quick stir. We'll take our peach quarters, put it on our crescent roll, and we'll roll them up, put them in our pre-greased dish. And you can tuck the ends under or leave them sticking out, it doesn't matter. Now today we're using crescent rolls, but if you want to change your dough, you can use, take a sheet of puff pastry and cut it into triangles and use that to wrap your peaches in. Now with this recipe, today we're using fresh peaches, but canned peaches or frozen peaches will work just as well as the fresh peaches. You also can use other fruit. Apples work really well in this recipe. And I was thinking that you could do strawberries as well. Just put your strawberries along and then roll it up, and you'd have strawberry dumplings. And one way to dress this up a little bit is, once you get them in your dish, is to throw a couple of hands full of blueberries into your dish. And that'll give it a little spark of color. So now we're going to just take our sugar butter mixture, and we're going to make sure we get some on each dumpling. And this recipe is easy to double if you've got several people that you want to feed. And the lemon lime soda that we're going to add, it is used just to make a syrup so that when your dumplings are baked, you've got a nice syrup to put over them. You just spoon them out and then spoon the syrup over them. And they're really delicious with a little vanilla ice cream or some whipping cream. So this is our lemon lime soda, and you don't want to put it onto your dumplings because you don't want to wash off your sugar mixture. So you want to just try to pour it around the edges and in the center. And our oven has preheated to 350 degrees. So we're going to sprinkle our cinnamon on. And let's just add a few blueberries that Wayne just handed me. We'll just sprinkle those around in it. That just makes it a nice little pop of color. Give it a little bit more of a textured interest. All right, we're going to put these in the preheated oven at 350. And our peach dumplings should be ready in about 15 to 20 minutes. You want your dough to get nice and brown and your peaches to be fork tender. So we're going to go ahead and put these in, and we'll see how our finished product turns out in just a minute. Our peach dumplings are now out of the oven. I had said about 15 minutes. In my oven, it took about 20 minutes. So ovens are going to vary. So I'd start watching them closely at 15 minutes or so. And I talked about the crust on them. If you listen, you can hear this crust. It makes a nice crust on the outside of them, and they're juicy and tender on the inside. We'll plate one up so you can see what they look like on the inside. Let's just scoop out a couple of these. And you can see the nice juice that we have that was made from our lemon lime soda. And the blueberries that we put in there, you know, you can put those in or you can leave those out. It's just personal preference. I just like the way they look. Then we're going to take a little bit of whipping cream that I whipped just a little and put on these. And we'll give this to Wayne and let him taste it. Thank you for joining us today. And we hope that you will consider clicking subscribe and liking our video and sharing it with your friends so that we can continue to make more videos.
Now I've got Ann's peach dumplings, and I can tell you, I know this is going to be fantastic because I've had them before. But I've broken off a little bit of a peach. I got some of the breading, I got blueberries, I got some of the syrup. See if I can get that a little bit better there. Alright, let's try this. That is delicious. I could eat that whole pan myself, but Ann would skin me if I did. But this is a recipe you really need to try. It's very good. And I know I didn't make it, but according to Ann, it's not difficult. So, again, I'd like to say thank you for visiting Cooking and Storing with Ann and Wayne.
Okay.
What you think?
Yep, that's fine.
It work?
Works for me.
That's just breading. You want some peach?
Well, yeah.
Well, that's why I asked before I let you eat it.
Full of fat.
She likes it too. All right, I'm going to finish this off.